Hey, everybody out there in podcast land. This is Severin Henderson here again for another episode of Department 3C Presents a podcast. Today's episode, I have a very special guest. I have my mother here. She suggested that I have a episode about first responders and their parents and how they feel about them going into the field and all of that fun stuff. I said, you know what? That's a good idea. I'm with that. The thing about podcasts anyway is kind of they're evergreen, they're everlasting, and to be around for forever. So whenever time comes up and I want to go back and take a look or take a listen, I'll have this opportunity to have like a vocal time capsule to listen back to what we said in a conversation for everyone to hear. So, like I said, when she suggested it, I said I think that's a great idea. I also, on this same episode, I'm gonna have my kids. They're gonna talk a little bit about first responder stuff, and then that conversation is probably gonna go all over the place because they're gonna start talking about Fortnite and flipping and trampolines and basketball, and I'm with that too. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get a chance to take a listen, give me some feedback, let me know what you think. In addition to that, I have some other episodes coming out where we're going to talk about some other subjects in the service, some other regular just pop culture stuff, just everything, because that's what this show encompasses. It's just in everything type of show. So please, again, give me your feedback. Let me know what you would like to hear. And let me know where I can do better. Like I said, every time I'm just trying to get up reps and get going so I can offer and deliver the best content possible. So let me give a brief introduction about my mother. So I now currently live in the great city of Chicago, but originally I was from Cleveland. And when I left, she was my major cheerleader, my major supporter, like, yep, get going. Even when I was taking tests around the country trying to get on different fire departments, she was always helping me out, pushing me in the right direction. So that's kind of what she did from there. So I could go on about her in an introduction as a person. She, like I said, she's my mother. She's cool. She's nice. Everybody that knows her or comes across her always has nice, good things to say about her. And if you already know her, you already know how sweet of a woman that she is. So, without further ado, Myrna, Mom Henderson, let's talk. Let's hear your voice.
Well, let me say good morning and thank you for accepting the challenge that I threw out there to you to interview parents of firefighters and first responders. And I'm thankful to be here.
Okay, scoot up a little bit closer. Okay, so happy to be here. You've been hanging out with me in the city for a couple of weeks here. Let's start with the initial when I said to you, hey, I'm going to be a firefighter. How did you feel about that?
Well, you came home from school. I think you were in maybe the sixth grade or maybe seventh. No, I think it was sixth grade. And they had career day, and where people from different careers would come in from the community and talk to the kids. And so you invited your father to come. And so he came and he talked about IT stuff. I don't know what sequence he was in, but anyway, there were some policemen and firefighters there. And so the firefighters made the biggest impression on you because they said you can make $37,000 a year. And you came home and you said, I'm going to be a firefighter. They make 37,000 And I just laughed because, I mean, you in the sixth grade. I'm not taking you serious. But as time went on, you kept saying you wanted to be a firefighter. And I kept saying, okay, well, there's a lot of things out there you can do. You'll probably change your mind somewhere along the way. But you didn't. And so you talked about being a firefighter so much that it so happened your grandfather had in-home health care. and his healthcare provider's husband was a fireman. And so your father introduced you to this young man. And by then you were in like maybe the 11th
Yeah, I
grade.
think in 10th or 11th grade.
Yeah. And so he came to the house, and you had a friend on the street, and he was talking about being in the fire service.
Right.
So you invited him, and your father's health caregiver's husband came, and he talked to you too about being firefighters. He didn't mention the $37,000.
Well, I gotta fix that part because it wasn't 37. It was $34,331.29.
Oh, okay.
That was what was on the Cleveland Flyer at the time, and that's what I actually had got a hold to. So, like I said, let me clear up the story and fix it just a little bit.
Okay, tweak it.
Tweak it. So what originally happened, it was a school that I lived close enough to walk to. That's when we used to walk to school. That's when I went to Moses Cleveland, and the fire engine came, and they let all the kids get on the engine. They put us up there. They took us down, let us sit in the front seat, and they let us yell over the loudspeaker. And so I got on the speaker, I'm like, "Hey, Mom, this is the best thing ever!" and that was my thing. And so when I came home from school that day, I said, "Did you hear me?" He said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Oh, the firefighters was there, and they let me yell on the loudspeaker, and I thought you could hear me." And now, there's no way that you'd be able to hear me because you was working way out, and for you to hear me, that would be amazing, and then everyone else in the vicinity would be deaf. But that's what I thought in my mind. So that was the first time I came across them, and then the second time is right when they came for career day. But that's not when I got the number. When I got the number was when they started passing out that Cleveland Flyer. And I said, they work 1 day on, 2 days off, and they make this much. And when it's time to work, it's time to work. And when it's not, you just do other stuff and you train and hang out. And that's what kind of got me. And so, like you said, buddy from down the street, he was a couple years older than me. He was eligible to take the test, and I wasn't. But even still, the Police Athletic League were having classes where you could come and like train and prepare how the test goes and everything. And so I would go there and I would hang out with them even still. And I would tell them flat out, like, "Hey, I'm not old enough to take the test. I just want to hang out." And they never said, "Beat it, kid," or "You ain't got no reason or anything to be here." They were always welcoming with open arms to, allow me to hang out and kind of soak up some of the culture. So I appreciated that. But so that's the little fix in the story and how it went.
Okay. All right. Well, the next part that I remember is one day I was working and I was doing a stayover. So your father called me, and this is before cell phones. He had the phone number to the place I was staying over, and he called me and asked me if I was, would let you go. He had somebody he wanted to introduce you to. And so I said, sure. And so I told you to get ready. And so your father came, and you had on saggy jeans and looking like you just rolled out of bed. And he said, "You ain't going nowhere with me looking like that."
Yeah, big clothes was the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he said, "No, you ain't going nowhere with me looking like that. Get them jeans pulled up." He said, "As a matter of fact, is that all you got to wear?" So we went back into our luggage because we used to pack our clothes to go stay over. Mm-hmm. And so he said, "Don't you have a nice shirt and a tie?" And so anyway, he dressed you up in, I think you still had on the jeans, but he put a sweater on and he put a shirt on. And I think we borrowed a tie, and he put a shirt and tie on you. Mm-hmm. And he put this sweater on that had a little V-neck, and you could just see the tie right there.
Yeah.
And so, and you looked really, really nice. You looked really smart and smart. So you all went, and on the interview, you were gone for quite a while. Mm-hmm. And then he dropped you off. And I said, how did it go? And you said, they invited me to come at the firehouse and hang out with them. I said, really? And you said, yeah. I said, oh, that's nice. And so he said that you said that your father was really impressed because he said you talked really nice and you made a nice impression. And he said that they were impressed with you because you didn't look like Slumdog. you,
Okay.
you looked really nice the way you were dressed. And so you started mentoring at Highland Hills Fire Department
Yep.
with the crew that was up there.
That's how that happened.
And the day you turned 18, they said, we're going to send you to,
EMT school.
was it EMT?
It was EMT school.
Okay.
Yeah. The day I turned 18, right, is when they said they were going to send me to EMT school. So for like a year, I just volunteered and I went up there on Tuesdays because that was their training day, and we would just do like different training stuff. We would put the engines in pump and pack holes and do walkthroughs and do search drills, learn about SCBA, just everything that kind of goes along with the service. And then I would come home and tell you all about
Right.
the things. But even before that part, remember when they were trying to send me, well, we was trying to get a car. I talk about this in the book a little bit, how I was going to get a car to go to East Cleveland, to go to Shaw High School because they had that fire program.
Right. Yeah, we went over to East Cleveland and we talked to the people over there, and they said, "Well, you really got to go to Shaw High School, but if you can come, then maybe we can,
Work something out.
work
Yeah.
something out."
And then that didn't work. And then
No, that didn't work.
that chief referred us to Highland Hills. And like I got another bonus episode with another chief, and he was saying how that chief used to just be the only, they called him in Cleveland, they called him sitters. And he used to go hang out at the firehouse when he was like 5. And he would just hang out at Engine 41. It's over there on 116th and Kinsman.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is all Cleveland talk, by the way, because if anybody's wondering. But like I always say, this podcast is for the world. Just because I'm in Chicago now, I always gotta talk about home and bring up home. But yes, that's how that whole thing started. And then from Highland Hills, it just went from there.
Yeah, and I really didn't get too nervous about you being in the fire service. Your father, he was ecstatic. He just thought you was doing the greatest thing, because nobody in the family line on your side or my side was in fire service. Mm-hmm. And so he was like, this is a first. We got a firefighter. So, it was kind of exciting.
Yeah.
And you were, I felt you were safe in Highland Hills, and because it was a small community, and I didn't think they would be doing anything really dangerous. I didn't have any misgivings. Then you started spreading out.
Started spreading out. What's that mean?
You decided that you wanted to do more than just be at Highland Hills.
Oh, okay. So getting other jobs.
So a number of the firefighters said, "Oh yeah, we do. I work for Cleveland, and I work for East Cleveland, and I work for Oakwood Village." And
well, that was later on down, but yeah.
You would hear these guys saying, "Oh yeah, on my off days, I'll go here and I go there." And so you started going off. I forget. I think you went to Woodmere.
Yeah.
Went to Woodmere. Started.
That was my next stop.
At Woodmere.
And then just kind of kept going.
Yeah.
But in the meantime,
they loved you at Woodmere.
Yeah, Woodmere. Both of them, Woodmere and Highland, they were both good to me. But what I was gonna say is, like, so when I started going to EMT school, can you talk to me about that? Do you remember any of the experiences when I was going up there and doing that? Were any of the stories I was telling you?
I don't remember a lot about the EMT school, because the thing I remember is when you went to be paramedic, because I think Highland Hills, they kind of took care of you for EMT.
Yeah, it was.
And
They paid for
they
it.
paid for you to go to EMT, and I was proud of you and everything. And a friend of mine helped you get certified to be a lifeguard.
Yep, I was a
And
lifeguard
so
for
I
a little
remember
while.
that. So I wasn't scared. I was very proud of you. And then you decided that you needed to get bigger and better.
Well, paramedic
And
school, you had to. Sometimes to even take a test for a city, you had to already be a paramedic. Sometimes you had to already be a paramedic. Sometimes you just had to be in school and have a letter to show that you were in school to take these tests.
okay, well, I don't know how you got to East Cleveland. I don't remember that part, but I know you got to East Cleveland, and they were concerned because you said you had just finished paramedic school and you were getting ready to test. And they said, okay, well, since you were getting ready to test, we'll go ahead and we'll take you.
Yeah.
And so then when you started telling me about what was happening in East Cleveland, that's when I got scared.
That's when you got nervous. Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's
talk
when I
about
got
that because
scared.
that's the part I wanna hit on the nervousness of a parent of a first responder.
Well, the thing that made me nervous is I knew about East Cleveland because I had lived in East Cleveland for about a year or so, and I knew it was a busy place. By this time, I think I was working with two ladies because I had stopped my house sitting stuff and I had gotten a job working for the Cuyahoga County. And I ran into two ladies whose husbands were firefighters. And so I started talking to them, and they said, "Oh, it's okay. You'll be scared at first, but then you'll get used to it." I haven't gotten used to it. But when you were in East Cleveland, it made me nervous because it was always something going on in East Cleveland. And when you went to East Cleveland, I didn't sleep. I prayed all the time because I just was scared. And then one day you said, "Mom, Chicago giving the test." I said, "What? Chicago?" I said, "I thought you was waiting for Cleveland to give the test." "Oh, Cleveland ain't giving the test. Chicago giving the test. I'm going to Chicago." I said, "All right, go take the test." So you went and took the test. And so you got a notice that you were kind of high on the list.
Well, I didn't even know what that number meant. Like they said, it's a random number, and everybody I was talking to said, "Yeah, you can't really read nothing into it. It's just a number." So pretty much just said, "You passed. Here's a number."
Oh, okay.
And I just put that note on the refrigerator
Okay.
where it sat for 3 years.
Because you took the test in '06.
Yep, in '06.
And so, and I think didn't you go to Miami or
Went to
Memphis or
I went to
something?
Florida, Tennessee, Atlanta. I was in conversations with Houston, Washington D.C., a couple of counties in the D.C. area, and my other chief had given me an application for Honolulu, and I was trying to figure out how I was going to get on the plane to get out there to take the test.
I see. Okay, I didn't know about Honolulu. I know your father took you to Hawaii, but
Yeah.
I don't think you tried to take
No,
the
I wasn't taking the test
when you-
then. I was just
Okay.
we were just in Hawaii. We was just out there.
Vacationing, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I knew you were taking tests at different places. I still wasn't really scared, but very nervous. And especially when you would sometimes come home and tell me about things, and I would be like, "Oh my God, my child."
Yeah.
But when I got scared, I didn't really get scared. Even when Chicago contacted you, and they said, "Come if you're interested, come here.
Bring this card, bring
yeah.
this interest card and turn it in."
And if you still interested, come this day and do this," and all along. And so that started in January. As a matter of fact,
Started in January.
it
right.
started, I think you got the letter on your birthday.
No, it wasn't my birthday. It was the lieutenant's test for the other department for East Cleveland. It was January 10th.
Okay.
But it was close. It's really close to my birthday.
You got a letter from Chicago, and they said if you're interested, come to Chicago and bring this piece of information. Excuse me. So your father, he didn't know about it. He found out about it when you kept saying, "Mom, all my friends, I ain't got nobody that I can take with me to Chicago, and I don't want to go by myself." And I said, "Call your father. He ain't doing nothing." And you said, "You think I should?" I said, "Yeah. I mean, he's not working anymore, so call him." So you called him, and he was so excited. He said, "Oh, he came to the house. His wife dropped him off, and he said, 'I'm so excited. I'm so proud of our son.'" He was really over the moon about you going to Chicago. And
But that was just an interest card. I didn't even think anything was going to happen from that.
No.
Because I had been through the process so many times with so many different departments where something would happen. They would hire too many people. And like, I remember Shaker. I used to take their tests all the time.
Yep, you took that shaker test, and
I did better each time. Like, the first time I took it, I was like 40 something. The next time I took it, I was like 20 something. And then that last time I took it, I was 12, I think. And I'm like, oh, 12. I got a shot here, and I thought it was going to go, and
no, nothing
happened.
Nothing ever happened for you at Shaker. But you got to Chicago, and then they just kept feeding you letters.
Yeah,
if
they
you're
kept
still
contacting.
interested.
Yeah.
So you took your father, which you took a couple of times. I came with you a couple of times.
Right.
And then finally in July,
Yep.
they sent you a letter and they said, "This is a bona fide job offer." And you said, "Ma, I'm going to take it." I said, "You better take it."
Yeah,
I
after all of
said,
that.
"We've been running up and down the road to Chicago. You need to take the job."
Yeah, I think we went about 5 or 6 times. And then the interest card was so funny. It was back then. I'm sure it's different now, but it was just a postcard. Say, if you're interested, fill this out and put it in this box. Get it time stamped and put it in this box. So we drove up to Chicago and we went to that building. What's the name of it? Fire Academy South. And I went in, was trying to ask anybody any questions. They said, "Don't ask nothing. Just if you want this job, get it time stamp and drop it in that box. Bye." so
You
so
said
that's
it
what I
was
did.
pretty brutal.
And we literally drove up here to drop a car in the box to go right back. And I always talk because I got other buddies that were from further away. They took plane trips to come in to drop that car in the box and
Yeah.
go right back to where they
Yeah,
came from on the plane.
I remember you met one of your buddies that you had worked with at Woodmere.
Yeah, and Highland. We worked together at Woodmere and Highland.
Okay.
Jake, I'm trying to get him in here too, but life.
Well,
life is busy right now. But
Well, I'm sure you'll get him, but that's when I got scared. When they offered you the job, I started getting nervous. And when you actually had to be here, they sent you a letter and said, if you, be here this time, this date, I think it was August 11th.
I don't remember that. But I remember we had to do final processing, and yeah, we did that. So
Okay, well, we came up sometime in July so you could get an Illinois driver's license.
right, I got a driver's license,
And you had to have an Illinois address, and so one of your friends helped you to do that.
Well, that was me and Jake. We got an apartment.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I
Yeah.
remember that. Okay, so that happened, and the day that you left, I was kind of excited, but I was also scared.
Okay.
I was really scared.
Okay.
And then when you graduated from the academy after 9 months, you were in academy for a long time.
Yeah, we had a huge class and they didn't know exactly what to do with us. So yes, we were in there for a while. Like even after we were done, we were just kind of hanging out.
Okay.
And they was like, "Yeah, April 1st is the day." And we like, "Yeah, right, April Fools. We ain't graduating that day." But it was April 1st.
Yeah, it was April. We came up, your family, your uncles, your cousin, your aunties. We came.
Yep. Okay.
And then you said, "We still ain't got nothing to do." And then you called me and said, "I get to go to a firehouse." I said, "Okay, great. And then you told me about your firehouse. And then that's when I got terrified when you said, I feel like I never left East Cleveland.
Yeah.
I said, what do you mean? Every time the whistle or the siren goes off, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Almost everybody at the house is on the truck going to whatever. And you said, and it don't stop. It's just all day long. And I said, well, you wanted to be a firefighter.
Yeah.
So
We were the busiest. It still goes back and forth as being one of the busiest trucks in the city. It's back and forth for another couple of trucks, and for a couple of years, it's like the fifth busiest truck in the country. So yeah, we were rolling, and like I said, it felt. I still tell people that all the time. It felt like I never left. It was like same circus, different clowns.
Oh.
Because it was just like the exact same madness was going on
What's
there.
going on.
But that's not a bad thing. It's just how it was, and that's what I wanted. I was happy. It was just weird to think I was in a whole nother city, and
doing the same thing.
it was the exact same stuff.
Okay. Well, let me backpedal a little bit.
Okay.
I remember when you were little, you were always dressing up like a superhero. And my cousin, she said, he's going to do something big because he's got this, he's always dressing up like a superhero and saving somebody. She said he's gonna be doing something that's got to be with somebody saving somebody. And so when some of my family members found out about that, they said, oh yeah, how else can you be a superhero? Be a firefighter.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so when you said, oh, the people are so happy to see us when we come, they don't like the police coming, but they like it when the firemen show up. They cheer and say rah rah, and they throw us kisses and stuff. I said, really?
yeah, it was fun.
So that's the part.
So what about you remember when I went to police academy? How were you feeling then? Because you talked a little bit about fire. You talked a baby bit about paramedic. Let's get the whole spectrum.
Well, you went to police academy. East Cleveland sent you to police academy, and I said, "Why are you going to police academy?" You said, "Because I need to be an arson inspector. Because East Cleveland needed an arson inspector,
Arson investigator.
arson investigator. Excuse me." And so when you start talking about you had learned how to shoot, oh dear. And I was, and then you came home and showed me this weapon. And I'm like, get that thing out of here. I don't want to see it. I don't want to know anything about it. I was nervous about that, but you seemed to enjoy it. I went to your graduation. We had a nice time.
Yeah.
And I think you did get a chance to investigate a couple of things.
Yep, I had a couple of investigations, and it was cool when I was there because one of the instructors, he's like, "You ever think about switching over?" I'm like, "Do I got to write tickets?" He's like, "Well, yeah, everybody got to start writing tickets." So then I don't want to switch over. Like if there was a way I could go like just into not arson investigation, but just like investigation period, like
Yeah.
any crime, like murder, homicide, domestic abuse, just anything other than having to write tickets. And I'm not saying nothing bad about officers who write tickets. They got a job and they got something to do, and they're probably building up to somewhere else. I just know I didn't want to write tickets because we rode on ride time with the officer, and he said, "I'm gonna let y'all decide if we're gonna get this person a ticket or not." I said, "Okay." So he pulled somebody over. He said, "Okay, guy and a girl, guy's driving, girl's pregnant." He said he's taking her to the hospital and she isn't feeling well. What do you guys think? I said, "I think you should let him go." He said, "I'm gonna write him." And he wrote him a ticket.
Oh no.
Because they was going a little bit fast. They were going like 12 miles over the speed limit. So I just knew that wasn't for me. I don't like telling on people. Like when people really do bad stuff, yeah, I'm with it. Let's go get them. But like,
Yeah, I know you said they kept asking you, didn't you want to come and be a policeman? And you said never.
Well, just the ticket part. I was out on that. So,
Okay.
all right.
Well,
So you talked about fire. You talked about police, and yeah, we talked about paramedic. Any advice? Do you have any advice for parents? Because you're speaking from that parent of a first responder aspect for anybody's kids that are trying to get into the service.
if you figure out that your child is serious about doing it, kind of find out, you know, if they are, and if they do want to do it, kind of support them, because I think that was important, because you kept saying that I was your cheerleader. I really didn't know that's what I was doing, but I did encourage you to do it. I said, because if you like it, it's something that you want to do, you should go ahead and do it. Don't, because your father, he was an IT man, and so he was pushing you to do IT. And
I tried it and wasn't
you tried IT, and the stuff that they had you going through.
wasn't for me.
And you said, I just want to be IT. Why do I have to take geography? Why do I have to study history and English? And I said, well, it's like a college course, and yeah, I'm out on that.
Yeah.
And so you dropped out of the IT thing. You said, I know enough to fix my computer, so that's all I care about. So I knew that wasn't your passion, so I didn't encourage you to do IT. So, but when I realized that the service of firing and EMT and paramedic, that was your passion. You were passionate about that. So that's what I encouraged you to do, since you were passionate about it. And then, for the parent, stay positive and listen to them when they come home and tell you somebody died on their shift, because it affects them as much as it affects you when you hear that they couldn't save somebody, because that always bothered you when you couldn't save somebody. That you said your motive was get them to the hospital alive. If they die after that, it's not so bad, but they're not dying when I'm working on them. And so I'm sure it's other firefighters that have that same experience, that they want to get somebody to the hospital alive. And so parents that have people that are in first responders, just stay positive, stay up, and just always be there for them and support them. And no matter what the story is, don't freak out. It's like when you were growing up, my cousin told me, don't freak out until you see blood, because she said most of the time they're going to get bumped and scraped, and she said just hug them and kiss them and put a Band-Aid on it. She said when you see blood, then you can get excited to find out, okay, why are you bleeding? What happened?
Oh, we had enough of that too. 'Cause
So
I'd come home with blood everywhere. Like that time I came home holding my head
yeah, you had a big gash in your eyebrow.
and put my hand down, and my hand was full of blood. Like, oh, that didn't hurt that bad. And I touched it. Then I touched it again, and my hand was like, oh, time to go home.
Yeah. Well, I did take you to ER, and you ended up with some stitches.
Yeah.
So, but that would be my advice to anyone who has someone that's thinking about being a first responder, or even if they are a first responder, if you kind of shied away from supporting them, don't do that. Go support them.
Okay. Well, that's a little mini topic. And that's really the whole basis of the show. How I started off in the first place was just talking about support for first responders and how people can do that, and how we can have conversations about different issues that we have going on. So I appreciate you saying that, because a lot of times I know I always used to tell you, like, sometimes when I'm telling you a problem, I just want you to listen. I don't want you to try and fix it, and you trying to fix it. So that's another form of support. Like, you don't have to fix whatever is going on with the person. Just have a listen and see what you can do there, because that ear helps more than people know.
I agree. I agree.
So on that note, we will end our portion. I'm going to bring in the kids to talk for a little while. Do you have anything else that you wanted to say or throw in there or talk about?
I just want to say that your father passed away before he got a chance to see you is at this level of your career. But I know that if he was still here, his face would have a smile on it from ear to ear. And so I think you should know that and understand that even though he couldn't hold on and be here, if he was here, he would be with me and we would be doing rah, rah, rah
Okay.
for you. And so I'm still rah, rah, rah for you. I'm still nervous, but I pray a lot. But,
Okay.
but I'm still very proud of you and what you're doing. And I'm hoping that you probably will be an old man and telling stories to some young guys. So keep encouraging the young guys to seek to be a first responder. It's an awesome career.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, Ma.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so we had a little pause, little party break. Now we have our other two guests on this family episode of Department 3C Presents a Podcast. We have my kids, two of them, Dylan and Zoe. How are you guys?
Good.
Good?
Good.
Good. Okay, so who said good first?
Me.
What's your name?
Dylan.
So, Dylan, how old are you?
8.
You're 8?
Yeah.
Okay, we had another little mini episode podcast before, right?
Yes.
But I told you I was going to bring you to the studio and we were going to have a real in-depth conversation, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is what you wanted, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to be a YouTuber?
Yeah.
Got to talk into the mic, bud.
Yes.
Okay. So, before we get into your career and YouTube aspirations, let's talk just a baby bit about fire stuff, okay?
Okay.
Just to keep the podcast on topic. So, you guys, you know what I do, right? Yes, no, maybe? Zoe, what does Daddy do?
Daddy tickle me.
I tickle you. What do I do for a job, though?
Put fire engine.
I'm on a fire engine. And what do you want to be when you grow up?
I roll like a fire engine.
You're going to be a fire engine.
Yes.
Okay, so what are you going to do as a fire engine?
You put a fire.
Put out fires with your hose?
Yes.
Okay, I'm with that. Dylan, so like I was asking you, you understand what I do, what I get up to go do?
Yeah.
So what's that? Tell me with your explanation.
Daddy, you're talking to you.
Yes, I'm talking to you.
You put out fires.
Okay. You've been down to, well, you haven't been to my new station yet, but you've been to the fire academy with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how'd you like that? How'd you enjoy it?
It was good.
It was good. And what else did you get to do? Oh, you got to watch us jump into the cold water. That was pretty cool too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so now, like I said, just a little bit about that. Let's talk about you. So, school's getting ready to start. Are you ready?
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to as far as school?
I don't know.
Well, tell me something. I need more than I don't know.
That's it.
That's it? You don't know? What about on the tablets?
I still don't know.
You still don't know how it's going to work?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Not at all. So, what's the other stuff? Let's talk about flipping. You still in the flipping?
Yes.
Talking to the mic.
Yes.
Okay, so tell me about some flips. Tell me what your plans are for the rest of this day, because it's pretty early right now. What are you going to do the rest of the day today?
Eat breakfast.
Uh-huh.
Watch my iPad.
Uh-huh.
Play Fortnite.
Uh-huh. What about do your book? What about that book we got you for the summer?
Do 2 pages of that.
You said it so reluctantly, like you're just not looking forward to that part. You're not. Okay. That's understandable. But we got to keep you sharp, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So, your favorite subject. Talk to me about Fortnite. Come on, YouTuber. This is your opportunity.
I don't know.
You're not going to be a very good YouTuber if you can't turn it on. Right when it's time.
Fortnite is a game.
Well, yes, we know that it's a game. We already had our Fortnite conversation. I just want you to tell me something new about Fortnite since the last time we spoke.
Avengers.
So what about Avengers? Tell me about it.
Avengers are now in Fortnite.
Okay. What did you have to do to earn that, to get that?
Get the battle pass.
But no, weren't you playing the beta?
Yeah.
And so what'd you do with that?
I completed all the challenges and I completed the whole beta.
Okay. And then what'd you earn as a reward?
This Hulk smash pickaxe.
Okay. So you've been using that?
Yes.
How many skins do you have?
53.
53. And you were asking me for another skin yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Does anybody think you should get another skin?
I don't know. I didn't ask anybody except you.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm asking podcast land, do they think you need another skin? I don't know. Is 53 a lot or is that a little? How many do people usually have?
Well, a lot of people have over 50, but some people have like 40 or something.
They have like 40. So 40 is about the average, you think?
Yeah, but second's like over like 52.
Okay. So second is over 52. So you just won over that.
Yes.
53. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead and talk.
I want my iPad back.
You want your iPad back?
No. I want it about YouTube.
Oh, you want to talk about YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's talk about YouTube. What do you want to talk about YouTube?
I talk about YouTube. Jonah Roma.
Oh, Jenna and Roma. Those are your favorite people. You like watching them a lot, right?
Yeah.
And you always say, what's she talking to the mic, babe?
I want Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig?
Yes.
Okay, what else do you watch? Talking to the mic, baby.
Another one.
What's the other one?
Another one is Play Peppa.
Okay. Zoe, how old are you?
3.
You're 3. Talking to the mic.
Talking to the mic. Okay.
How old are you?
3.
3. Okay. You showed me your fingers. You was counting on them. 1, 2, 3, right? Yeah. Okay. So, Peppa Pig, Jenna and Roma. What else do you watch on YouTube? What's your favorite YouTube song?
My favorite song.
Yeah, what is it?
It's a coin.
The Unicorn?
Yeah.
Can you sing it for me?
Yeah.
Let me hear it. Sing it to the mic.
No, I need to hear to need a toe.
Oh, you need to hear it to go. Okay.
Hey, children need a toe, need a toe.
Uh-huh.
Hey, children need a toe, the eye, the ears, the mouth, the mouth. Hey, children need a toe.
Oh, there you go. Yay.
Okay.
It's Dylan's turn.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can get Dylan to sing a song. Dylan still is trying to wake up. Can you sing a song? Do you know a song?
No.
No?
No.
What about TikTok? That's the other thing you're trying to get your followers up on. So give us your TikTok name.
I don't really want to.
Oh, you're not doing that anymore?
Uh-uh.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you was out on that.
I'm taking a 2-week break.
You're taking a 2-week break? Well, explain that. Why are you taking a 2-week break?
Cause I haven't gained a follower in like a month.
So because you haven't gained a follower, you're taking a break?
Yes.
You're reassessing your strategy on how to gain followers?
Yes.
I'm with that. That's a great plan. That's outstanding. Okay, well, we're going to get out of here. I just wanted to give you guys an opportunity to listen and hear and see what's going on. Like I said, Dylan, so you can get your YouTube and life together. Daddy, talk to me? Yeah. Okay, what do you want me to say to you?
I want to say Baby Shark.
Baby Shark? All right.
I want to sing Baby Shark.
Okay, sing Baby Shark, and that'll be the end of the episode. Baby.
No, let me.
Oh, okay.
Baby Shark, do 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 do. Baby Shark, do 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 do. Baby Shark, do 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 do. Baby Shark. Mommy Shark, do 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 do. Mommy Shark, do 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 do. Mommy Shark, do 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 do. Mommy Shark. Daddy Shark, do 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 do.
You gonna go through the whole family?
Daddy Shark, do 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 do. Daddy Shark, do 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 do. Daddy Shark. Grandma Shark.
If you go through the whole thing, I might owe them a royalty. So I don't know if we are allowed to do that.
Grandma Shark, do 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 do. Grandma Shark. Grandpa Shark, do 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 do. Grandpa Shark, do 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 do. Grandpa Shark, do 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 do. Grandpa Shark. Let go.
Hunt.
Hunt.
Oh, Dylan's covering her mouth. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you guys bye-bye. You did a great job. Yay.
Bye.
Okay, let me just give a little quick outro.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much for listening to this family episode of Department 3C Presents a Podcast. If you'd like to reach out to us, all social media platforms, Department 3C, or you can email us at department3c@gmail.com. If you'd like to follow me personally, my Instagram is IamSevy, and that's where you can find me anywhere else. Again, thanks for listening. Talk to you next time. Bye.
This has been a Fire and Iron Media production. You have something to say, people want to listen. How's that, Daddy?